we doing, folks? It's your boy Marvel's Assassin's Creed 2 Part 2, or Episode 2 right here. We're going into Florencia already. We're going to Florentina. We're going into Repubblica Florentina de Firenze, 1476 prime Renaissance right here. It's 1492 that Columbus came over here, so America hasn't been discovered yet, but they know that something's going on out there. They know there's something's out there. They talking about it right here. I love this intro, how they show you the place. It's the first time you've seen this, so it's so cool that they give you that vision over there that's like constructed by the Animus. Let's come over here right into the cutscene.
Insieme per la vittoria! Insieme! Insieme! Silenzio, my friends! Silenzio! Grazie. Do you know what brings us here tonight? Honor. Vieri de Pazzi slanders my family's name and forces his own miseries upon us. If we...
Enough of your nonsense, Grullo!
Buonasera, Vieri. We were just talking about you. I'm surprised to see you here. I thought the Pazzi hired others to do their dirty work.
It's your family that cries for guards when there's trouble, Cotardo. Afraid to handle things yourself?
Your sister seemed quite satisfied with the handling I gave her earlier.
Get him! Got him! Some good aim right there. I'll give him credit for that. So, I'll talk about introducing characters today, how to introduce a character properly into a story, and how it's done in a video game specifically. I think they did a very good job with Ezio introducing him, and I think it's kind of interesting they did such a good job with Ezio, because they did such a bad job, I think, with Connor in like the last one. So I don't know, I guess it all just went downhill from there. When you're introducing a character, now, we first got introduced to him by birth, you know, we saw how he was born. That's pretty cool. That's very interesting right there. You know that you're gonna play somebody different. They kind of show you the guy, and sorry for showing you the nut shots on this dude, my man. So Ezio, we already know what like his biggest gripe is. He's going over here, he's standing up against the Pazzi right here, for honor, for the honor of his family. Honor is very important to Ezio, and it's the first thing you introduce to him. Honor, respect.
Behind you.
Federico, what are you doing here?
I wanted to see if baby brother had finally learned how to fight.
And?
You have style. But endurance is what counts. Let's see how many of them you can ruin before they get the best of you.
There you go. Your brother comes over here and he's just like, hey, you know what? Let's see how many of these guys you can mess up. Notice I'm just punching thin air. I'm still getting used to the mechanics over here of the game. And they're giving you a nice little tutorial right here on how to play, which is okay done. I mean, it's not the best thing on earth, but it's okay. It's properly done. And it's cool when you get into, like, zoom into one of those things and see when you punch him out. Anyway, introducing your character right here. So we know that honor is important to him. The honor of his family. He disrespected my family. I'm going after him right there. I mean, I don't want to give you away the storyline yet, but, you know, it's a foreshadowing for what's to come ahead. Foreshadowing is crucial when trying to develop a character and a story. You want to give the player a similar situation of what might occur ahead, so you already know that your character honor is important to this guy. He's not going to take no shit from nobody. This guy, he's got a bravado. He's got a certain air to him. He's a leader. You see how all his boys were listening to him right there? He's not a second guy, second fiddle to anybody. You're your own man. You do whatever you want. You beat people up in the middle of the street if they disrespect your family, and your brother's cool with it.
Fall back!
Hold on.
What? We've almost won this.
Your lip.
Just a scratch.
Let the doctor decide.
It's not necessary. Besides, I've no money for this doctor of yours.
Wasted it on women and wine, huh?
I'd hardly call it wasted. Lend me some florins then. Or have you done the same?
Search them. There's bound to be something in their pockets.
Right there, introduce you to the mechanic that, you know, you could go and loot the bodies after you're dead, so you can make some money right there. Easy, smooth way into picking up how to play the game, while not distracting you, while not doing like some stupid tutorial mission where it's like, walk to the left and see how to walk to the left. Walk to the right if you hold the right joystick. Here's 10 florins to walk into the right now. You beat them up, you take their money, blah, blah. So there's a couple things you pick up from Ezio. Honor. He's got a bravado, he's a leader, he's got a certain air, a certain flair to it. arrogant to a certain extent, but he's relatable. And not even so much relatable to the sense that, you know, we can relate to him, because, shit, we never lived in the Renaissance. But at least he's relatable to, like, what we know. And over here, I always like to zoom in over here and check out the like, what they're about over here. So, I'll read it, you know, I think no, sometimes I skip over it, sometimes I don't. But for the most part, I like to read into it, get that details. I think that's that extra layer that Assassin's Creed 2 provides to you in a written format, you know. Sometimes it'll be audio clues, sometimes it'll be written. You get a lot from the actual in-game dialogue, but you get a lot more from this. And it's also kind of funny written sometimes of how Sean writes over there. So that's always pretty entertaining right there. And then here we go, our first mission right here. So let's go talk to this guy. Hold on, my fault. I gotta loot somebody else. Give me the loot, give me the loot, give me the loot.
The sooner we're done with the doctor, the sooner we can sleep.
Alright, so you gotta go to the doctor. Nothing crazy, but it's introducing you that there's doctor in this game, how to heal yourself. Once again, doing it very smoothly right here through a transition through your brother. He teaches you that. Very cute. So not so much that it shows relatables in the sense that, you know, there's only so much that we can relate to. And watch this poor jumping right here because I completely forgot how to play the game. I was like, man, how do you do this stuff? Like, what the hell? And I just come in and almost hit this poor little guy. Oh, boy. I'm about to lose my first mission. This is so embarrassing. So not so much relatable, but likable, which I think is so important. And not even so much likable, but he's polarizing. Polarizing in the sense that, you know, he's standing up for what's right. He's got righteous, but he doesn't have, he has the balls to tell you that.
Ben trovato, Doctor.
Fratelli Auditori, why am I not surprised? You've made quite a mess of yourself, young man.
It's nothing, really.
You must help him.
I love the plague mask he's got
That
on.
pretty face is his only asset.
Fuck it.
There we are. Now,
There you go. I gotta look at the doctor right there and check him out, man. I mean, he looks like a bird, but it was the plague, man. That was the closest thing they had to like one of those protective masks. And every time I'm on the train, I mean, I don't wear them, so whatever. But every time I'm on the train, there's always like one or two cats who are like wearing like one of those like masks that like the doctors wear to protect them. I'm like, really, man? Like, does that really help? Like, make sure you drop that down below if that actually really helps. And check out the Santa Trinata. Love these names, man. It's so good. Practicing my channel right here. Sistina Chapel. It's decorated from frescoes of St. Francis by Domenico Ghirlandaio. Michelangelo's teachers. So good, man. And it's the dynamic. We'll talk about this in a future episode. It's the dynamic of history meshed in with, you know, fake history, meshed in with real history, meshed in with, you know, just playing a pretty damn good game.
Indeed.
There we go. Talk to my bro Seth right here.
Was much fun.
Yeah, there we go.
Wait, they are.
There you go. So, you know, you get to know it's like kind of like how the family is. You know, you're close with your brother. He helps you out. He's your bigger brother, so he obviously wants to look after you. But, you know, banging women, living the life, beating up people, that's kind of what you do. There we go. Talking about racing over here. Boom. Also, another way to introduce yourself to the dynamic of climbing buildings and whatnot, racing, getting from point A to point quite quicker, which is kind of the big thing that Assassin's Creed harps on. It's kind of the easiest way to introduce it. It's like, all right, let's race, because that's what you want to do. You're going to spend a lot of time going from objective to objective, but it's so much fun going from objective to objective if you're climbing up stuff, if you're jumping over stuff, if you're doing this parkour type, mix match type thing.
No shame in failure, brother.
There we go, talking just bad trash to him. Coming up over here. This was pretty easy, but it introduces you to that.
Come on, then. This way.
Where
And
are
it
you
drops
going?
the sick beat.
You'll see.
There you go. Gotta climb all the way up to the top over here. The music, so good. Setting up the mood for you. Hyping you up for the game. It's so good. So I think it's a very good way of introducing the mechanics of the game. Some of them get tedious. You'll have missions later where they're a little bit tedious. But these missions are fun, entertaining, easy ways to get to know the controls, get to know the characters.
It is a good life we lead, brother.
The best. May it never change.
And may it never change us.
There we go. Once again, foreshadowing right there. May never change. It's probably gonna change. And it drops the logo on you right there. Badass right there.
All right.
So
Enough
good.
of that. We really should head home. Let's go.
Wait.
What? Ezio, let Christina sleep.
There will be time enough for that. Later.
Ah,
Now, the interesting part about that, I mean, already showing you he's a pimp, showing he's into women. That's cool. You know, it's really creating the... That's the tough thing when they introduce Connor, when they introduce any other assassin, even like this new one that they're going to come out with, that Conway guy, whatever his name is, Edward, whatever. The pirate dude. I think the pirate guy has more chance of being more like Ezio. I think it's kind of what they're going for, show you this badass dude. I think Ezio is very simple. He's driven by his honor. He's driven by revenge. He's driven by the idea of what his righteousness is and how that develops into the responsibility he gets as an assassin later on in the game. So he keeps it simple and he gives us something that's relatable, you know. He gives us something that if this shit happens, well, it's about to happen to him. If it happens to me, I'll be doing the same thing. Like, I want to do the same thing. That's not something you can say about Connor. You know, Connor, like the Connor, and I keep harping on Connor in Assassin's Creed 3 because I think it had so much potential and it was lackluster. I mean, it was like 6 hours to start the game too. The intro was like crazy. The intro in this game, you know, it depends on how you want to look at it. This is still, to me, part of the intro. I think officially the intro might end when the logo drops, you know, when it drops the Assassin's Creed 2. This, to me, is still part of the intro. And it's still probably part of the intro until you get your, like, what happens. Like, until the story breaks and you finally know, like, what is going on. And there we go, the Casa di Vespucci. Built by a great uncle of Americo de Vespucci. Americo Vespucci, the guy who later on would be named after, you know, America will be named after him. So this is an old crib right here. Pretty dope. And then we're gonna come over here, talk to my girl Christina.
Who's there?
Me.
Oh, Ezio. I should have known.
May I come in?
Fine, but only for a minute.
A minute is all I need.
Indeed.
Well, wait. That came out wrong.
Nice, simple, stupid joke, but pretty funny. Gets me every time. I'll give him that. Climb up to Christina's window.
Come here.
Oh, Ezio.
Call me so off guard. I'm like, press what? I'm like, I was like, what the hell? Like, I want to. That's it. You just go do that, man. I'll just watch. There you go, pimp game.
Oh, Ezio.
Like 20 minutes into the game, you're already banging out some chick. There you go. That one's cute. I'll give him that one. So there you go. He spent some time with Christina, you know. Don't worry. Don't tell her brother down about it. Brother will be pretty pissed.
Christina! Christina! Celia! Your tutor will be here soon. Come,
The
my
morning
daughter.
after.
Is it really so terrible that... Figlio d'un cane! What is this?
Perdonate, messere. Chiedo venia.
I'll kill you!
No, that's not necessary.
Guards! Guards! Voglio la sua testa!
Get in. There's really no need for violence.
Oh man, it's so good. It's another way to introduce to you, you know, the dynamic of when you get caught to running away from the guards and how to hide
You
from
have
them.
me confused with someone else.
I mean, it's flawless. You develop the character structure of like he's a pimp.
Some things.
Yeah, with some things. All right. You develop the character structure of him being a pimp, of him being a badass, and you also develop the notion of like, all right, you gotta hide and you gotta evade guards and something that's gonna be that you're gonna need to do throughout the whole game. It's very tough to do. Tutorial stages are very tough to do, and we talked about it already before, and exactly how to properly have a tutorial stage. I don't think there is a one-way answer, but I think the best thing you could do is mixing it into the game. Not as something that's, you know, story driven, or not something so much that's like reliable to the main quest, like something you need to do. So I don't think it'd be cool if like the first mission that I do is like consequential to like the development of myself in this game. No, but in something like this, something that develops a story of who Ezio is, what Ezio is about, while developing the notions of like, all right, I have to climb up from point A to point B to get to a viewpoint. I could climb up, you know, rooftops. I could go move quickly if I scope out the area. I could go bang out a chick and then evade guards. I got to evade guards later on when I get caught in the missions. It's also a sequel too, but I don't think they really treated it so much as a sequel, and I think that's what Ezio allowed him to do. It allowed him to grab a whole new amount of people into the game, because, you know, a lot of people played the first Assassin's Creed, but a lot of people didn't, and they made very well to tell them that like this game isn't like the first one. Like, this game's completely different. Like, this is a whole different story. We're in Rome with a whole different time period, whole different character, whole different everything. Let's start from ground up and let people know what we about. So it allowed them to do that. I think Assassin's Creed 3 allowed them to do that to a certain extent. I know that they talked about that a lot. And the Palazzo Auditori, which is owned by my great-grandfathers. Giovanni Auditori designed the palazzo himself based on initial sketches from Leone Battista Alberti. Ah, love it, love it. Italian's such a smooth language to talk, man. I gotta pick up some Italian, man. I'm not that good with my Italian. My French is alright, my Spanish is alright, but my Italian is pretty weak. And here's Daddy. Let's talk meet Giovanni right here. This guy's the man. One of the pillar of 5th century, 15th century banking, blah, blah, blah. He's boys with the Medici. Those are my boys, Machiavelli, the Don, all those fellas back in those days. And he's the one who designed our house. He designed the crib right here. The Medici Bang, relieved grateful. Lorenzo paid for Giovanni's Palazzo as a gift. So my man Lorenzo Medici bought my pops the Palazzo. That's how baller we are. Let's go talk to him though.
Good morning, Father.
Come with me.
Is something wrong?
Do you think me blind and deaf, son? I know all about your fight with Vieri di Pazzi last night. And then this little visit to Cristina. Your behavior is unacceptable. It reminds me of myself when I was your age.
There you go.
I assume these misadventures won't interfere with your work today.
No, Padre. Avete la mia parola.
I've prepared some documents here for Lorenzo di Medici to review. I need them delivered to him.
With haste, Father.
Return to me when it's done.
Alright, pretty simple. Pretty simple mission. Just go, deliver the letter. Whatever. Seems simple though, but it's crucial to the development of the story of the game. Once again, simple stuff, crucial to the
Al
development of the
magnifico
story.
Lorenzo di Medici, mio protettore e amico. I have done as requested and completed my investigation into the Milano incident. I can confirm for you that it extends far beyond dissatisfaction with Duca Galeazzo Sforza's rule. It is my belief that other parties, desirous of far greater gains, manipulated events in such a way as to achieve their goals without being revealed themselves. Lampugnani, Olgiati, and Visconti are guilty of the crime, to be sure. And they have met fitting ends for their betrayal. But several other noble families are implicated as well, our own Francesco de' Pazzi among them. Their cause and motive is not yet clear to me, but initial findings indicate a plan, the scope of which is sure to disturb you. Best we continue this conversation in person, as I am hesitant to put my suspicion to paper. Reply with a place and time, and I will meet you there. I have also ordered Francesco be held by the Gonfaloniere until we can clear up this matter. Yours in confidence, Giovanni.
So hope you enjoyed the episode, man. Give you a little preview for next time. But we already know something's brewing. There's something hidden. I don't like it. Have a great one. Song's so good.